Good afternoon, student. This is the lecture number 21 of unit number 3. In that, we have completed the pressure measurement. Okay. In unit number 3, in first section, that is pressure measurement, we have studied what is pressure, what are the different units for the pressure measurement. Then we have studied significance of the pressure measuring devices. Then we have studied the classification of the pressure measuring devices. In that we have studied the low pressure measuring devices, high pressure measuring devices, and medium pressure measuring devices. Okay, so likewise we have completed the first part of the unit number 3. The second part is a strain gauge measurement. Okay, so in the previous lecture we have studied what is strain, then significance of the strain measurement, characteristics of the strain gauges, then strain measurement techniques, what are the different strain measurement techniques that we have also studied. Okay, then next we have studied the classification of strain measuring devices. In that we have studied the resistance strain gauge. Resistance strain gauges are classified into unbonded and bonded strain gauge. Then unbonded strain gauge is classified into metallic wire. Bonded strain gauge is classified into metallic and semiconductor. Then metallic is again classified into wrap wound on a flap grid. Then etched foil gauge, wire type, flat gauge, wire type oven grid. Okay, so these are the classifications of the strain gauge measuring devices. Then next topic we will have to study, that is uh, that what we can say that the Poisson ratio. In that we will have to study what is lateral strain, what is axial strain. Okay, and in case of the resistance strain gauge, how we can study the strain measurement by using this metallic rod. In the mechanics of material we have gone through the UTM machine, means testing of rod on the universal testing machine. Okay, so in that case one end of the rod is cylindrical rod is connected to the or what we can say that fixed, one end of the cylindrical rod is fixed and other end is uh, on other end the downward tensile force is applied. Okay, so because of the downward tensile force there may be some elongation of that cylindrical rod will takes place. Okay, and at a certain force application, gradually we are increasing the tensile force, so that at a particular force, tensile force, the that cylindrical rod will become deformed, neck formation will take place and it will break at that location. Okay, so that the same principle we will have to study in case of the strain measurement. Okay, so okay, on the slide you can observe one basic relation between the resistance change and strain. The diagram will represent you the cross sectional view on the left side and front view on the right side. Okay, so that metallic piece will act as a uh, what we can say that a thermal conductivity gauge. When a bar is subjected to a simple tensile loading, there occurs an increase in the length of bar in the direction of load. Means we know that in which direction we are applying the load, in that direction the increase in length of the bar will take place. Okay, and because of that the strain refers to the relative change in the dimension of the bar under load. Okay, and it is prescribed as the ratio of change in length to the unstressed length of the bar. Means before application of the load and after after the application of load, uh, what will be the change in length will occur, that is nothing but the strain. Okay, that strain is represented by capital S and is equal to change in length upon unstressed length, or we may call it as a original length, which is represented mathematically that is delta L upon capital L, delta L upon capital L. Okay, the change in usual expressed in unit mm per mm, means it is a dimensionless quantity because in the numerator there is a length and in denominator also length. So that's why the strain is the strain is a dimensionless quantity. In practice, it is often stated as a microstrain or a microstrain, which means that the ratio is referred to as a 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, consider a circular wire or a specimen having cylindrical shape of length L. Means we have considered one cylindrical wire or cylindrical specimen which is having a total length L, capital length is L, okay, and diameter capital D, okay, which is represented in the diagram, which is under tensile load. Means when we are applying the tensile load, okay, as increase in length, that is delta L of the bar in the direction of applied load is also accompanied by a decrease in the lateral dimension. Okay, of course, means as we are applying, understood here, as we are applying the tensile load on the cylindrical rod, the length of the cylindrical rod will increases. Okay, at the same time the diameter of the at the same time the diameter of the cylindrical rod will decreases. Okay, so increase in length will act or will be represented in the decrease in the diameter of the, what we can say, the decrease in the diameter of the cylindrical rod. So what is mentioned here, uh, an increase in the length of the bar in the direction of applied load is also accompanied by a decrease in the length of lateral dimension. Lateral dimensions means along the circumference of the cylindrical rod, or that is perpendicular to the load. Okay, the ratio of strain in the lateral direction will be change in dimension to the change in diameter to the original diameter. Okay, to that in the axial direction, and axial direction मध्ये काय असणार strain, that is change in length upon original length and is defined as the Poisson ratio. Okay, Poisson ratio कशाला म्हणतो आपण, which is represented by mu, means lateral strain upon, what we can say, that longitudinal strain, lateral strain upon longitudinal strain. Okay, lateral strain काय आहे, that is change in diameter upon original diameter, and axial strain or longitudinal strain काय, change in length upon original length. Okay, which is represented by equation 2. Okay, the change in the physical dimension of the conductor, because that wire or a specimen or cylindrical rod that we have considered, which is acts as a conductor, will cause a change in its resistance, and resistance of the conductor is given by resistance. म्हणजेच काय असतं, resistance is nothing but the uh, density is nothing but kg per meter cube. Okay, density is nothing but kg per meter cube. Density you know very well, you have studied in the fluid mechanics. What is density? That is kg per meter cube, म्हणजेच mass per unit volume. Okay, mass per unit volume is nothing but kg per meter cube, and kg per meter cube multiplied by L. Okay, म्हणजेच मीटर, is it, kg per meter cube into meter, means whatever the parameter in the numerator, that is meter, that will cancel out with the meter cube, means kg per meter square will remain. Okay, and in the denominator there is a area. Okay, so area is nothing but meter square. Okay, so kg per meter square upon meter square, means meter square will get cancel out, and there will be remain only kg. Okay, so the resistance is nothing but whatever the opposing means resistance offered by the conductor to carry the current. Okay, So the change in physical dimensions of the conductor will cause change in its resistance, and resistance of a conductor is given by R equal to rho into L. Rho means what? The density of the cylindrical rod that we have considered. म्हणजे ज्या मटेरियलचा सिलेंड्रिकल रॉड असेल त्याची जी डेन्सिटी आहे, दॅट डेन्सिटी मल्टिप्लाइड बाय लेंथ ऑफ दॅट सिलेंड्रिकल रॉड अपॉन द क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया ऑफ द सिलेंड्रिकल रॉड, दॅट इज ए. ओके, म्हणजेच रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ द कंडक्टर. आपण कंडक्टर कोणाला कन्सिडर केला आहे? कंडक्टर इज नथिंग बट द सिलेंड्रिकल रॉड or a specimen that we have considered, and density of that material will be nothing considered as a rho, and rho multiplied by L. L म्हणजे काय? Length of the cylindrical rod, and A is nothing but the cross sectional area of the cylindrical rod. Okay, now that A is nothing but K into D square. K is nothing but the constant and D is the diameter of the wire. Okay, now equation 3 means what? The resistance of the conductor. Equation 3 implies taking log on both sides, we get sorry, suppose we have applied the log on both side of the equation 3, what we will get? That is log of R to the base E equal to log of rho to the base E, because in the numerator there is the relation rho into L. So while applying the log, it will be summation, means and whatever the parameter, that is area, in the denominator, that's why it will be subtracted. Okay, hence log of R to the base E equal to log of rho to the base E plus log of L to the base E minus log of A to the base E. Okay, now by differentiating it we get, जर आपण log R ला डिफरन्शिएट केलं तर काय येईल? डी आर बाय आर, बिकॉज लॉग आरचं डिफरन्शिएशन काय होते? 1/r. ओके, सो दॅट्स वाय डी आर बाय आर इक्वल टू डी रो बाय रो प्लस डी एल बाय एल मायनस डी ए बाय ए. ओके, सो next what we will get? We will get the area may be related to the square of some transverse dimension such as diameter D and length L. So A equal to what? That we have already specified after the equation 3, that area is nothing but K into D square. Okay, so that area equal to K into D square. Here dA by A equal to 2D capital D by D. Okay, म्हणजेच जो इक्वेशन 3 आहे, दिसत आहे तुम्हाला इक्वेशन 3 मध्ये आपण एला काय रिप्रेझेंट केलं होतं? ए इज नथिंग बट के इंटू डी स्क्वेअर. ओके, आता आपण ए इक्वल टू के इंटू डी स्क्वेअर. ए काय? क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया. ए इज द क्रॉस सेक्शनल एरिया ऑफ द सिलेंड्रिकल रॉड, के इज द कॉन्स्टंट, and D is the diameter of the cylindrical rod. Okay, so suppose we have differentiate that equation. Which equation? That K equal to A equal to K into D square. Suppose we have differentiated both side of the equation, or that is A equal to K into D square. तर काय होईल ते? DA by A equal to K काय? कॉन्स्टंट आहे, बरोबर आहे. K कॉन्स्टंट आहे आणि डी स्क्वेअरचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काय आहे ते? 2D डी बाय डी. ओके, 2 स्मॉल डी इंटू कॅपिटल डी बाय डी. ओके, सो इक्वेशन 4 काय होईल? इक्वेशन 4 काय होईल या ठिकाणी? आता डी आर बाय आर म्हणजेच मायनस डी ए बाय डी जो आहे इक्वेशन 4मध्ये, त्याला आपण कशा प्रकारे रिप्लेस करू शकतो? डी आर बाय आर इक्वल टू डी रो बाय रो प्लस डी एल बाय एल मायनस जे आता नवीन आला आहे फॉर्म डी ए बाय ए, आपण इक्वेशन 4मध्ये पुट करणार. म्हणजेच काय होईल? मायनस 2 स्मॉल डी कॅपिटल डी बाय डी. ओके, डिवायडिंग थ्रू आउट बाय डी एल बाय एल. म्हणजेच इक्वेशन 5ला आपण डी एल बाय एलनी जर डिवाईड केलं तर काय येईल? डी आर बाय आर डिवायडेड बाय डी एल बाय एल इक्वल टू d rho by rho divided by dl by l plus dl by l divided by dl by l काय होईल 1. ओके, मायनस 2dd by d divided by dl by l. Okay, so the equation 4 implies d rho by rho divided by dl by l. Okay, means right side of the equation 5 plus 1 plus 2 times mu. 2 times mu का घेतला आपण तर minus 2 small d by d divided by dl by l. त्याला आपण म्यू रिप्रेझेंट करू शकतो. बिकॉज वाय? बिकॉज इट इज द पॉयझन्स रेशो. वी हॅव स्टडीड previously that Poisson's ratio is nothing but minus delta d divided by d in the numerator delta l by l. त्याला आपण म्यू म्हणू शकतो. म्यू इज नथिंग बट द पॉयझन्स रेशो. ओके, सो we will get the equation dr by r divided by dl by l equal to d rho by rho divided by dl by l plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 mu. Okay, now the equation will be written as f equal to dr by r divided by dl by l equal to 1 plus 2 mu. Okay, 1 plus 2 mu. Okay, so that dr by r divided by dl by l, that is nothing but the gauge factor yup or strain sensitivity factor. Okay, then 1 is nothing but resistance change due to length change. Okay, 2 mu is nothing but the resistance change due to area change, and d rho by rho divided by dl by l, that is nothing but resistance change due to piezo resistance effect. Okay, so that is nothing but the derived form of the equation 5. Okay, when f is gauge factor, or strain sensitivity factor, okay, then it is defined as the fractional change in resistance divided by the unit strain. Okay, the fractional change in resistance divided by unit strain, or the ratio of per unit change in resistance to per unit change in length. Okay, गेज फॅक्टरला कसं डिफाईन करू शकतो आपण? दॅट इज चेंज इन रेजिस्टन्स टू ओरिजिनल रेजिस्टन्स अपॉन चेंज इन लेंथ टू ओरिजिनल लेंथ. Okay, so for many metals the resistivity rod does not vary with strain. Means it is standard, that's why it can be say that the resistance rho does not vary with strain. Okay, that's why piezo resistance factor is negative. So the gauge factor is a function of Poisson's ratio only, and which can be derived as f equal to 1 plus 2 times mu. Okay, means whatever the resistance change due to piezo resistance effect, that will be omitted because the density of the metal will not vary with strain. That's why we will get f equal to 1 plus 2 times mu. Okay, so this derivation is asked a number of times in summer 2017, summer 2014. Okay, for 6 to 7 marks. Okay, so one numerical related to this derived form f equal to 1 plus 2 times mu will be we will see. Okay, so here a 100 ohm strain gauge is bonded to a low carbon steel bar which has been subjected to a tensile load. The bar has a preload uniform cross-sectional area of 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square, and Young's modulus for low carbon steel is 200 into 10 to the power 9 Newton per meter square. Okay, if a load of 50 kilonewton produces a change of 1 ohm in the gauge resistance. Okay, if a load of 50 kilonewton produces a change of 1 ohm in the gauge resistance. Determine the gauge factor for strain gauge. Determine the gauge factor for strain gauge means what we will have to calculate. Yup, capital F we will have to calculate, that is gauge factor. Okay, so just uh, write down the given data. R resistance of the strain gauge, that is 100 ohm. Cross sectional area of the conductor, that is a metallic rod or specimen, will be 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. Young's modulus E, capital E, equal to 200 into 10 to the power 9, and load or force P equal to 50 kilonewton, means 50 into 10 to the power 3 Newton, and dr means change in resistance is 1 ohm. This is given in the numerical. Now from here we can start the solving numerical. We know that stress equal to force upon area. Stress equal to force upon area. So force is nothing but P and area is capital A. So 50 into 10 to the power 3, as P is given, 50 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. Cross sectional area is also given, that is 0.5 into 10 to the power 4, equal to what we will get, that 1000 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 Newton per meter square, that is nothing but the stress. Now Young's modulus is given, capital E equal to stress upon strain. So stress is represented by sigma and strain is represented by del L upon L. Okay, so here what we are interested to calculate, that is del L or dl upon L, means strain, lateral strain we will have to calculate. Okay, so Young's modulus is 200 into 10 to the power 6 equal to 1000 into 10 to the power 6. That stress just now we have calculated. Okay, so we will get del dl upon L, that is lateral longitudinal strain equal to 0.005. Okay, now next formula is gauge factor. Okay, so gauge factor equal to dr upon R in the numerator and in denominator dl upon L. So equal to dr upon R is 1 by 100, because total resistance R is 100, change in resistance is 1, and we have just now calculated uh, longitudinal strain, that is 0.005. So gauge factor will be 2. Okay, gauge factor will be 2. So this is the in 3-step numerical, and which is asked for 5 marks in the summer 2014, summer 13, winter 11. Okay, so this much simple numericals will be asked in the university exam. Then second example or numerical, a resistance wire strain gauge with a gauge factor of 2, means here gauge factor is given, bonded to a steel structure member subjected to a stress of 1000 mn per meter square. The modulus of elasticity of steel is 200 giganewton per meter square. Calculate the percentage change in the gauge resistance due to the applied stress. Calculate the gauge resistance. Calculate the percentage change in the gauge resistance due to applied stress. Okay, so given F equal to 2. Okay, F is given, sigma is given 1000 mega Newton per meter square, means 1000 into 10 to the power 6 Newton per meter square. Young's modulus 200 giganewton per meter square, that is 200 into 10 to the power 9 Newton per meter square. Okay, then what we will have to calculate, percentage change in the gauge resistance due to applied stress. Okay, so dr by R we will have to calculate. So Young's modulus equal to what, stress upon strain, sigma upon change in length upon L. Okay, so Young's modulus is given 200 into 10 to the power 6 equal to 1000 into 10 to the power 6 upon change in length upon original length, means dl by L equal to 0.005. Okay, and gauge factor F equal to dr by r. Gauge factor का है dr by r upon dl by l. So out of that dr by r we will have to calculate, and gauge factor 2 is given, dl by l we have just now calculated. Okay, so we will just shuffle the equation in terms of dr by r equal to 0.01 equal to 1 by 100. Okay, so what we will get? We will get 1% of change in resistance upon original resistance. dr by r will be 1%. Means what we have to calculate? Calculate the percentage change in the gauge resistance due to the applied stress. Okay, so the simple, just put the value and get the answer. That much simple examples or numerical will be asked in the exam. Okay, this numerical is asked in the winter 14 exam. Okay, so today we have studied the derived form of the gauge factor, then two numericals we have completed. Okay, in the next lecture we will start the strain gauge circuit, that is ballast circuit. Okay, so today we will stop over here. Thank you.